Good morning, students. Welcome back to video lecture number 9 in the paper Data Structures and Applications. Students, in today's class, I will explain about another linear data structure called a stack. In our last class, we learned about a linear data structure called a two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array is also a group of logically related data items which are stored in consecutive memory location. And all the data items in a two-dimensional array is also are of same data type. But the difference between a one-dimensional array and a two-dimensional array is that in case of a one-dimensional array, every element in an array is accessed using single subscript called I. For example, A of I. Whereas in the case of two-dimensional array, each and every element of the array is accessed using two subscript I and j. The I denotes the row number and the j denotes the column number. Both the subscript in C language start from 0. We also studied how we can declare a two-dimensional array. The general format is data type, array name, size 1. Within the square bracket, you have to give size 1. Within another set of square bracket, you have to give size 2. Size 1 denotes the maximum number of rows and size 2 denotes the maximum number of columns. So size 1 and size 2 denote the dimensions of the matrix. We also studied how a two-dimensional array can be represented in a memory. A two-dimensional array is not represented as a matrix. Actually, a two-dimensional array is represented as a one-dimensional array only. For that one, we use two different representation schemes called a row major ordering. The other one is column major ordering. In the case of row major ordering, the elements of the first row are stored in first set of location. Then the element of the second row is stored in the next set of location. Then the elements of the third row and so on. Whereas in the case of column major ordering, the elements are stored column wise. First, the elements of the first column are stored in first set of location, followed by the elements of the second column, followed by the elements of the third column, and so on. And we also studied how the address of ijth element in a two-dimensional array can be computed both in row major ordering and column major ordering by knowing the base address and the value of the W, that denotes the data type. The main objective of today's data structure is to introduce another linear data structure called a stack. How a stack is represented in the memory, what are all the operations we can perform on the stack, and the basic algorithms associated with stack. After attending today's class, the student will be in a position to answer the question, what do you mean by a stack? Why we need stack? What are all the operations we can perform on a stack? And how the algorithms for the two basic operations of the stack are written. A stack is a linear data structure just similar to array. Array is also linear data structure. A stack is also a linear data structure. But the difference between an array and a stack is, in the case of array, insertion and deletion can be done in any order you like. There is no specific order for insertion and deletion. We can insert the element first in the A0th location, A0th position. Then we can insert the element in the 4th place. Then we can insert the element in the 2nd place. Then we can insert the element in the 10th place, etc. Similarly, by removing also, you can remove the element from any position you like randomly. Whereas in the case of stack, the elements insertion and deletion in the case of stack is done in one order. That is, the element which is inserted first will be the last one to delete. Similarly, the element which is inserted last will be the first one to delete. So the elements in the case of stack are inserted in one order and they are removed in the reverse order. Therefore, a stack, we call it as a first in, last out list, or it's also called as a last in, first out. The element which is last in will be the first one to out, or the element which is first in will be the last one to out. So, this is a major difference between an array and a stack. Array, any in, any out. We can insert the element at any position, we can remove the element at any position. But in the case of stack, the elements are inserted in one particular order only. And in whatever order you have inserted the element into the stack, while removing it, you have to remove it in the reverse order. A stack has a pointer associated with it. The pointer which is associated with a stack, we call it as a top. The top is a pointer variable which denotes the location of the top element of the stack. For example, if you consider a stack where we have inserted first 10, then you have inserted 20. Now what happens is the top element of the stack will be 20. In that case, top value will be 2. If you add one more element called 30, then what happens is the top element will be 30. Its position will be 3. In that case, top equal to 3. So top is a variable which denotes the location of the top element of the stack. In addition to that one, in stack, we can see one more variable called max that denotes the maximum size of the stack. You cannot insert an element beyond that capacity. For example, if your stack, the maximum value is 5 means in your stack, we can add only 5 elements. And you cannot add the sixth element because your maximum size itself is 5. We can see the examples of stack day to day in our day-to-day life, so many places. One is set of plates in a hotel. In the hotel, after the plates are washed, they are kept it in an order, and the top plate will be the first one to be served, and the plate which was kept at the bottommost last one will be the last one to serve. So in whatever order they have kept the plate, while serving it, it is served in the reverse order. Similarly, the set of bangles you are wearing, the first bangle you are putting into your hand will be the last one to be removed while removing the bangles one by one, and the last bangle that you have added to your hand will be the first one to delete. Similarly, set of CDs in a spindle kept in a stationery shop. So in a stationery shop, they will keep the CDs in a box with a spindle. So while removing, the last CD will be the first one to be served. So these are all some of the day-to-day examples of stack. But the difference between a stack and an array is any in, any out. Whereas a stack is first in, last out. That's the major difference between a stack and an array. Any stack you consider, basically there are two operations associated with a stack because stack is also a linear data structure. The first operation is adding an element into a stack. In the case of stack, that operation of adding a new element into the stack, we call it by a special name called push. Push is an operation which adds new element onto the top of the stack. Similarly, the operation which removes the top element from the stack, we call it a pop. So push and pop are the two basic operations associated with stack. Push is equivalent to insertion and pop is equivalent to deletion. Let us take the memory example that is given there. Now, here how many locations are there? 5 locations are there. Means at any moment we can add only 5 elements. So in this example, max value will be 5. When no elements are there in the stack, means at that time top value will be 0 because no elements are there. If you add one element called 10, then the 10 go to the bottom of the stack. In that case, only one element is there. So in that case, the top element will be 10 and its position is 1. So when I add one more element called 20, means 20 will come on the top of 10. Then the topmost element will be 20 only. Its position is 2. When I add one more element called 30, 30 will be the top element. Its position is 3. At that time, top equal to 3. When I add the fourth element, top becomes 4. When I add the fifth element, top becomes 5. So at that time, your stack is full. Further insertion is not possible. You can understand this one with a diagrammatical representation. In the first diagram, all the 5 locations are empty. No elements are there in your stack. So such a condition, we call it as an empty stack. So there, what is the, how many elements are there? How many locations are empty? So your stack capacity is 5 mean max equal to 5. Since no elements are there in your stack, mean top equal to 0. Second example. In the second example, you have already added one element called 10. So you have pushed 10. In that case, the topmost element will be 10. Its position is 1 because the position you counted from bottom to top. When you add one more element, called 20, then what happens is the top element will be 20 and it is in the second place, means top equal to 2. In the last example, I have added 30, then followed by 50, 40, then finally I have added 50, means all the 5 locations are used. So now, which is the topmost element? 50. So in that case, top equal to 5. So max equal to 5. So in the first diagram, it's called as an empty stack. In the last picture, since all the 5 locations are occupied, we say that stack is full. Let us write or let us discuss the basic operation called push with a algorithm. Push s comma top comma item comma max. So what this algorithm does? This algorithm adds or insert a new element called item into a stack represented as S. Top denotes the position of the top element of the stack, and max is the maximum size of the stack. So insertion is possible only when the top value is less than or equal to max. When top equal to max means further insertion is not possible. When top equal to 0 means no elements are there in your stack means we say that stack is empty. When top equal to max, top also becomes 5 and max is also 5 means at that time we say that the stack is full. So these the basic two basic conditions are top equal to 0 denotes empty stack, top equal to max denotes a full stack or stack is full. Before insertion, first we check whether space is there in your stack or not. If there are no space means further insertion is not possible. Even if you try when all the 5 locations are occupied with the number 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 means, then your top value is how much? Because all the 5 locations are occupied. Now the top position is 5. Max is also 5. So in that case, even if you try to add one more element, that element will not be there in your stack. It will come out of the stack. So that condition we call it as an overflow condition. So the first condition in the stack to be checked before insertion is whether space is there or not. So whether the stack is full or not. If it is full means it leads to overflow condition. When the overflow occurs, top value reaches the maximum position. So if top equal to max means overflow condition and the stack is full, don't continue return. Otherwise, you take this example. Here in the first diagram, I'll show you an example. Here, top is how much? 0. No elements are there. And max is how much? 5. So this condition is false because top is 0 and max equal to 5. So that 0 is equal to 5 is false. So what you are doing is increment the top pointer. So what happens is top from 0 becomes top plus 1 means top becomes 1. So top goes to the position 1. And the next statement is item. You take any element called 10. Item is 10. That is put it in yes. Yes is array name. Top is how much? 1. So item 10 goes to the first place of yes. First place of yes. Then go back again. Now top is how much? And already you have already added one element means top is 1, max equal to 5 only. So the condition again, top equal to max is not true. Then again increment the top. Top from 1, top equal to top plus 1 means top becomes 2. Then you take another item called 20 that it put it in the second. Top is 2 now. Yes of 2 means the element 20 is put it in the second place of yes. Go backward. Now top is 2, max is 5. Overflow is not there. Then top equal to top plus 1. Top becomes now 3. Then take another item called 30. Put it in the third place of yes. Next. Top is 3 now. Max is 5. Go backward. 3 equal to 5 is fall. Again increment top. So top becomes now 4. Then take another item called 40. Put it in the fourth place of yes. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So your top value will be 4. A top position is 4. And the item you have added is 40. Go backward. Now top is 4. Max is 5. Overflow is not there. Then again increment top. So top from 4, it becomes how much now? 5. Then take another item called 50, put it in the fifth place of top. So now 5 elements are added. When all the 5 elements are added, top value will be 5 because the position of the topmost element is 5. And max is anyway, it's a size that will not change. So that is also 5. Go backward. So top equal to 5 and max is also 5 means further insertion is not there. Stack is overflow and we will return. So this is a simple algorithm which adds a new element into a stack. This operation we call it as a push operation. One thing you should remember is in case of push operation, first check whether space is there in your stack. When there will not be any space means when top has already reached the last position and all the location in your stack is occupied by one element means at that time top is also equal to max. So in that case, don't try to insert. We say that condition as a full stack or overflow condition. Next, we can go for the second algorithm. Now, at least when all the 5 elements have been added to a stack mean, insertion is not possible. At least we can remove that element. In the beginning only I told, in the case of stack, the elements are removed in the reverse order. In the number 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, which is the last element I have added 50. While removing, 50 should be deleted first. After deleting 50, you delete 40. After deleting 40, you delete 30. After deleting 30, you delete 20. After deleting 20, you delete 10. When 10 is also deleted, again top becomes how much? 0. When top is 0, means we know that it's a empty stack. So the second algorithm is pop. Pop, yes, comma, comma item. So this algorithm removes what? The topmost element from the stack. Whatever element you are deleting will be stored in the variable item. And S is the name of the stack represented by a array. First condition. Top equal to 0 means what is the meaning? No elements are there in your stack. Then what is the question of deletion? So that condition we say that underflow. In that case, write the message stack is empty and return. Otherwise, you take this example. You take the last picture where elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 have been added. When 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 have been added, mean top will be how much? 5. Max is how much? 5. Now, is it top is 0? No, top equal to how much? 5. So empty is not there. Then what you do is first S of top. Top is how much? 5. S of 5. That means element present in the fifth place of S. That is how much? 50. That is removed and that is stored in the variable called item. Now item becomes how much? 50. Next, decrement the top. So top from 5, it becomes now top minus 1. Top becomes 4. So now top value will, because 50 you already removed, means now top will become 4. Go backward. Is it top 0? No, because now top is 4. So empty is not there. Again, remove the element present in S of top is 4. S of 4. S of 4, what is there? 40. That you remove it. That you store it in the variable called item. Now item becomes now 40. After that, top is decremented. So from 4, top becomes now 3. Go backward. Again, empty is not there. Remove the element from the third place. What is there? 30. 30 is assigned to item. Now item becomes 30. Decrement top. So top becomes now 2. Then remove the element. Again, go back. Top is 2. So empty condition is not there. Remove the element from S of 2. S of 2, what is there? 20. 20. So S of 2, 20. The 20 is assigned to item, means item becomes 20. Decrement top. So top becomes now 1. So that means only one element is left over. Go backward. Again, empty condition is not there. Remove the element from S of 1. S of 1, what is there? 10. That is assigned to item. Now item become 10. After that, top equal to top minus 1. From 1, top becomes 0. Means if you go to the next step, top is 0. So we say that stack is empty. So these are the two basic operations associated with the stack, push and pop. At any moment, the variable top denotes the location or the position of the top element. For example, if a stack has the element 10, 20, 30, where 10 is added first, then 20, then 30, means now how many elements are there? 3, which is the topmost element, 30. What is its position? 3. Suppose you add one more element, 10, 20, 30, 40. Now what happens is the position of the topmost element is 4, because 40 is the last element. In that case, top equal to 4. If you then out of 10, 20, 30, 40, if you remove 2 elements, 40 is removed first, then you remove 20. Then what happens is this is the topmost element, 20. In that case, top equal to 2. So top always denotes the position of the top element of the stack. In other words, it denotes the position of the recently added element, or it also denotes the position of the element to be deleted next. Because a stack has only one end. It's just like a stack, we can view it as a one-sided open box. If there are opening is there in both the side, mean it becomes some other data structure. Here the box has only one opening. While adding also you have to put it the element in the same opening. While removing also you have to remove it in the same end. Let us see some major differences and similarities between an array and a stack. Similarity wise, array and stack both are linear data structure. There are some differences between array and a stack. In the case of array, insertion and deletion can be done at any position. There is no rule that first you have to delete A1, then you have to delete A2, then you have to delete A3. While insertion also, there is no rule that first you have to add A1 first, then add the element to A2. That is not there. You can add the element directly in any position you like. But stack, we can add the element only from the top of the stack. In the case of array, directly we can access any element you like. But in the case of stack, only the top element is visible. Only top element is accessible. Array can be either one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, three-dimensional, etc. But no such dimension is there for stack. And in case of array, in the beginning only I told, there is no specific order for insertion or deletion. But in the case of stack, insertion and deletion always takes place in reverse order. The elements are added in one order, while removing, they are removed in the reverse order. That's why array we call it as any in, any out list. Whereas stack, we call it as a first in, last out, or last in, first out. Array element, any particular element, if you want to access in a one-dimensional array, you use single subscript. If you want to access the element in a two-dimensional array, you use two subscripts. So subscripts are used to access the array element, whereas stack elements are accessed using top pointer position. Okay, students, in today's class, we learned about another linear data structure called stack, which is similar to array in the sense the category is linear, but there are some differences between them. And in the case of stack, the elements are added to the stack in one order, and while removing, they are removed in the reverse order. Example, set of bangle, set of caps the Joker is wearing in the circus. The last cap he's putting on his head will be the first one to be removed. And stack is associated with two basic operations, push and pop. The operation which adds a new element onto the top of the stack, we call it as a push. The operation which removes the top element of the stack, we call it as a pop operation. And while insertion, you have to check overflow condition. While remove in the push operation, you have to check for overflow condition. In the pop operation, you have to check for underflow condition. Underflow means no elements are there, it's an empty stack. Overflow means all the locations in the stack have been occupied and no further space is left over in the stack. Some basic review questions on today's class are: what is a stack? Write the properties of the stack. While writing the properties of the stack, two properties. One is it's a linear data structure and it is a first in last out list, and it is associated with a variable called top that denotes the location of the top element of the stack. Mention the operation associated with a stack. Discuss the memory representation of the stack. While giving the memory representation of the stack, you write some 2-3 pictorial representation. In one case, you write, make it as an empty stack. Then you add one element and show what is the value for top. You add one more element, 2 elements, then you show what is the value for top. Then you add 3 elements, show the value for top. Then you remove one element, then you show what happened to the top. That means in the case of push operation, top is incremented. In case of pop operation, after removal, top is decremented. Compare array and stack. And long answer question is: write algorithm for push and pop operation in a stack. Compare and contrast array and a stack. Write an algorithm to display the kth element from the top of the stack. We can only display, but you cannot remove it, because only after removing the top element, then go to the next top element, remove that one. So if you want to delete, suppose your stack has 5 elements, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. That means 10 is inserted first, followed by 20, 30, 40, 50. The top element is 50. Directly you cannot remove 30. If you want to remove 30, first you have to remove 50, then you have to remove 40. Only when the top become 3, you can remove 30. Let us check our level of understanding through some multiple choice question. A stack is a first in first out list, last in first out list, first in last out list, both B and C. Because last in first out and first in last out are one and the same. The correct answer is D. In a stack, the pointer top denotes position of the last element pushed onto the stack. That is also true. Position of the element to be popped, to be removed. That is also true. The correct answer is both A and B, C. Which of the following condition is to be tested in push algorithm? Empty stack, underflow, overflow, both B and C. We have to check for overflow during push operation. We have to check for underflow during pop operation. An example for stack: set of bangle, set of plates in a hotel, both A and B, only A. Both A and B are the examples of stack only. The condition top equal to 0 denotes empty stack, overflow, further insertion operation is not possible, both B and C. Overflow is not there because overflow occurs only when top equal to max. Further insertion is not possible. That is also happen only when top equal to max. The correct answer is empty stack, A. Okay, students, with this, I will conclude today's class. So far, we have completed studying 2 linear data structure. One is array. In array, we have studied both single dimensional array or a linear array and a 2-dimensional array. And the next data structure in today's class we discussed about is stack. In the next class, we'll discuss about some more linear data structures available in C language. Thank you.